Hi everyone, it's Blake again with Northwinds Wilderness School. Welcome back. If this looks weird, I apologize. I'm trying some new technology today. I'm filming myself, which, as some of you may know, I'm not very good at or very comfortable with. I'm also using a microphone today, which I've never done before. I have a little setup that I have my camera set on. So if you don't like this format, if you don't like the way this looks, please tell me and then I won't do it again. What I wanted to talk to you today about is specifically aimed at people who have children. So if you don't have children, I'm sorry. This video might not be super interesting to you, but please feel free to continue watching if you'd like. During this past month, and probably for at least another month or two to come, I'm guessing June, July, things might start to get back to normal a little bit. But for the time being, those of us with kids are homeschooling to some degree. I know some schools are doing really well about emailing out information and sending home packets for their kids. Evie's school is sending us homework for her once a week, and then at the end of every week we send it back. We're not being great about keeping up with it, I'm not going to lie. We've just been too busy between the new baby and work and everything. But there's this idea that I want to mention to those of you who may not be familiar with it that's called experiential education or unschooling. Unschooling is what we really want to do with our children. Ren is 3 weeks old, so he's not in school yet. And Evie really wants to go to public school, and I don't want to force her not to have that experience. She grew up in a situation where she never had any experience to other children until she started public school, and she really likes that experience and doesn't want to give it up, so we're not going to take it away from her. But we do regularly lay out for her the benefits of letting us do her education versus letting the school do it. And she has days where she's interested, she has days where she's not, but ultimately, she's an autonomous human being. We're going to let her make the decision about how she wants to receive an education. But today I want to talk to you about what is unschooling and how can you do it. Sorry, Evie's over there. So unschooling or experiential education is the idea of teaching your children through experiences and activities rather than setting down and saying, now is class time, get out your books and your paper and your pencil, and we're going to do math and we're going to do writing and we're going to do reading. You teach them by experiencing. For instance, a great way to teach kids math is by having them build things. You can write up a simple blueprint. We did bird feeders last week, as some of you may have seen. And basically what I did is I did all the saw work because I don't want Evie to hurt herself. But I designed a couple of simple bird feeders, and then we cut out the wood. And we had Evie doing the measurements, and sorry, she's talking to me. We had Evie helping with the measurements and the angles, and we were teaching her about how you can make different angles in the wood and how you have to cut the wood to make them fit together. And then we had her help screw the stuff together, and then today she painted them. And what she learned is about geometry, about angles, about fractions, about measurements, and about counting pieces to make sure that you have all the right parts to finish a plan. And that is a really good basis of what experiential education is using these experiences to teach. Another thing that we do a lot with Evie is teaching her how to cook and making sure that when she cooks that she understands what's happening. You know, we don't just say add water to this pre-made batter and then put it in a pan and you'll have a pancake. We say, you know, when you mix flour with baking soda, the baking soda creates air, and then when you introduce water into that, the baking soda makes it fluff up, so that she really understands what's happening. And we've talked to her about yeast. We talked to her about caramelizing meat and about sealing in the moisture on her meat. We talked to her about sweating and caramelizing vegetables. We also take her hunting, we take her fishing, we take her foraging, and she helps in the garden. So she's helping us grow our food. She's helping us acquire wild foods. She's also helping us process and preserve our foods, and then she's cooking her own meals. Further, we let her pick the meals she wants to cook somewhat. I mean, I'm not going to let her have s'mores for every meal. Oh, it looks like she's coming out. Maybe she'll come and say hi. But one of the things that we like doing with Evie is letting her cook and teaching her how to cook her own food. Every year for Christmas, she gets a cookbook. This year she got Paleo Kids, I think, which is a pretty cool one. As far as reading goes, we've always read to her every night. We have her read books to us every night. But I think one of the best ways to teach children to read is to have them read instructions of how to build something or nutrition facts on food, because not only is it teaching them to read and it's having them practice words, but it's introducing them to new words and concepts that they're going to use in their everyday lives. You know, we're not just reading The Little Engine That Could or, you know, Willie the Slowpoke. We are reading things that we can then put into practice, and we can apply what we're reading to our real lives. Another thing that we really want to do is encourage Evie to be free thinking, to be a strong person, and to be creative. And to support those, we do a lot of art. She does a lot of drawing. She does a lot of like cutting, gluing paper, making collages and mosaics. Whenever we can get our hands on clay or Play-Doh, she does sculptures. She really likes to draw, and she really likes to make food. So a lot of times when she gets Play-Doh, she does sculptures of food, which is kind of funny. Do you want to come and say hi?
There's a geese.
It sounds like our geese are here. This is Evie. Hi. So my point is, during this time when we're all stuck at home and we can't really go anywhere and we don't take the time to comb our hair, yes, I have pants on. Rather than just going through homework packets with your kids and having them do their reading for school and do their writing for school and doing their whatever for school, use this time to help enrich them and help enrich their lives by having them participate in your daily life, by having them doing some experimenting on their own, and by having them make some decisions that empower them in their own lives. Let them pick what's for dinner and then make them cook it. Another thing that before I leave, that I want to mention is it's really easy when you're stuck at home to not do anything. We unfortunately have done quite a bit of not doing anything. Excuse me, not COVID. It's important, especially for children, but for us as adults as well, to get some movement in, to do some moving during your day so that we're not just sitting. And I've discussed this in several past videos, and it's something that'll keep coming up. We don't do very much intentional exercise. We probably should, but we don't. What we do is look for ways to include movement into our lives. We like sitting on the floor a lot, which forces you to do full range of motion with your knees and hips. It forces you to go all the way down, all the way back up. You know, we have a lot of our everyday use dishes, like our water glasses and plates and stuff, are on the very bottom shelf, so you have to squat down to get to it. We put a lot of our pans and our heavy cooking stuff way up top, so you have to reach up to get it. You know, unfortunately, we don't have a dog anymore, so we don't take the dog for walks, but building things gets you up and outside and moving around. And anything you can do to just keep your body moving is going to improve your health, it's going to improve your mobility, and it's going to improve your mood as much as meditation or anything like that. So for those of you who have children, I hope that you can find a way to put some of this to practice. I hope that you can find ways to empower your children with decision making and help them learn through creative means rather than just from schoolwork. For those of you who don't have children, if you're still with me, if you're still watching this video, maybe some of this stuff will pertain to you. Maybe you can learn about geometry and angles and measurements and fractions from building something. Or maybe you can learn about nutrition and cooking through making your own food. You know, these ideas aren't only for children, they're for everyone. It's just that this video is meant for people with children. So please take anything in this video that you like, use it with your children, use it with yourself. Take anything that was in this video that you don't like, throw it out aside. Please leave me a comment. Let me know if you tried any of this, how your kids reacted, or how you felt about it. If you tried any of this and it went horribly, please let me know that as well. Ow. I'm here to help if there's anything I can do. Otherwise, thank you all so much. I love every single one of you. Have a fantastic evening. Blake out.